Well, hello, everybody. Happy Sunday. This is Dr. Elsie Coe. I am the CEO and founder of Lead Physician. Today, we're talking about LinkedIn essentials for medical professionals. I have a guest who's going to tell you what those essentials are. I'm also the CMO of American Endovascular and Amputation Prevention. Go to our YouTube site to be notified anytime any new videos come on board and watch the slew of information that we've collected so far. Lead physician is really about bringing passion, purpose, and potential back to the physicians. I'm going to be introducing to you JD Gershbein. He actually was a pre-med student before, and he decided to go down the route of what he is so talented at doing. He is a LinkedIn style guide, and his decision to specialize in the physician marketplace will create immense value for doctors and is creating immense value for doctors to advance their careers as clinicians or reinvent themselves as entrepreneurs, advisors, authors, and media personalities. He has been in improv. He's been on stage. He's given a TEDx talk. Let's talk to him now. Let's bring him on board. Hi, JD. Good to see you.
Dr. Elsie Coe, good to be in the live stream room with you.
Yes, thank you so much for being here. You're the
Sure.
CEO of Owlish Communications. You're a branding and online strategy expert. Tell us why you are helping physicians. Why? I mean, I know you're a pre-meds, in medical school. Actually, you got into medical school.
That's
Why
correct.
physicians now?
Well, I never thought that story would be of interest to anyone until I started relating to the medical marketplace in my LinkedIn profession. So, just to take you back and into a time machine with me, if you will, yeah, I persevered and got into medical school on my third try. I was groomed to be a physician from an early age. My father was a dedicated man of medicine. My mother was a clinical chemist. I grew up in a scientific household, and by the time I got to applying to medical school the first time with a bachelor's of arts in English, I wasn't exactly pre-med timber, but I
Mm,
must have wanted it bad enough back in the day. I've been speaking to doctors since I was a kid, wanted to be one, worked hard, finally got in, only to leave a month shy of completing my first year. Because it wasn't for me, as I realized. But I emerged, Elsie, uh, 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 with what I would call the temperament of a healer.
got it. Got
I'm
it.
a natural empath. I'm very heart centered in my work.
Yes.
And with what's going on in the medical profession right now, I feel I'm perfectly aligned with doctors who are giving it all in the field of medicine right now, but realizing that they too are hitting the wall. And many of them want to do other things. And they're flocking to LinkedIn in groves,
Yeah.
wondering how to use this platform to
You know,
advance
you,
their
you I
careers.
want to show you this picture you shared with me. Tell us when this was, and you were kind of one of the pioneers when this all came out.
Well, I was in the right place at the right time. I was an early adopter of LinkedIn. I tell people that the moment I saw the site, I became a LinkedIn consultant. I never shut up about it. I've given it rigorous study. It's been my discipline since I first laid eyes on it. So
Wow.
that's 2006, and we sit here today, 16 years later. LinkedIn is approaching a generation
Yep.
its existence, and I was just a guy that the way I'm hardwired, Elsie, I loved it right away, and
Yep.
I I wanted to teach other people. The natural teacher leader came out in me, and I've looked at it at very angular ways. There are best practices, but there's also ways to do things now that truly help us build a brand, build a network, feel part of a community, and advance our careers.
Right. And so this makes me think we need to speak, we spoke earlier today and we talk about
Mhm.
how LinkedIn really can be used to speak to the value of physicians. And that's
Yep.
kind of what you're helping us. Take us through the essentials that you and I spoke about.
I'm seeing the physician parallel to the business person right now, to the business owner, the entrepreneur, the executive. Physician branding is kind of taking on its own flavor out there, and I'm very capable of capturing the spirit and outlook and worldview of a physician as it applies to a business setting. So I'm meeting more and more doctors that are that have leanings into the business world. They want to be physician entrepreneurs. There are physicians coaching other doctors,
Right.
and they're becoming advocates for the profession. While they're keeping their foot firmly planted in practice, they're going out expressing an interest to do other things. They should be expressing that on their LinkedIn profiles.
Right. And that's where you kind of told us through storytelling. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I mean, so many doctors default to very safe language on the profile. They'll pluck the verbatim text from a bio that maybe is on the website of the practice. But LinkedIn profiling is good theater of the mind, Elsie. It's really taking a narrative and curating the best of that narrative and putting it out there as a compelling read, so that the doctor is multidimensional,
Yes.
not just moving from patient to patient, from exam room to exam room, but really moving through life with perspective, with goals, with aspirations,
Right.
wanting to serve mankind in other ways.
Right. I kind of outlined exactly what you told me. I thought it was powerful. You said it is a marketing piece, whether you like it
Yes,
or not. That's what we're doing. We're marketing ourselves. And you're
yes.
talking about the strength. Talk about this. The strength of the profile speaks to the strength of the connection. I just quoted you on that.
Think of the psychology of a LinkedIn profile viewer. We live in a very quick society. It's a very uh, attention deprived, time sensitive society. We want our information and we want it 10 minutes ago. People are not going to come to a LinkedIn profile page and spend all that much time on it unless there's something there to compel you.
Mm,
So, what I've tried to do in my trade is package people for the type of decision making they want and keep people on that page for as long as possible so they can glean more information. And the longer we stay on that page, the more information we can walk away from. So, the goal is when I'm working with my clients, be they physicians or business owners, I'm packaging that individual for a decision in the business world. And because LinkedIn is geared toward the professional conversation, these are professionals. These are people who are resources. They're positioning themselves as resources, but they're also in the leadership space. They want to lead. They want to be considered deep domain experts. And for the doctors, they're already there. They're board certified. They're specialists.
yep.
They are educated folks. Now they have to alert people to the fact that they're business people and they have other interests and other
Right.
outlets.
And not just that, I mean, this kind of alludes to the next and last point that I
Mhm.
kind of quoted you on is you said you also need to think about what you want. You need to package your LinkedIn profile so that you're really intentional about who you're attracting, not just, trying to attract anyone out there.
Most definitely, 99 out of 100% of LinkedIn profiles out there really don't dive deep into the subject, and the subject doesn't really peel away that many layers. Uh, the best way to achieve an outcome on LinkedIn is to express it in your profile. So whether the doctor wants to serve on a board of a startup, would be a medical advisor at a company for a product launch, coach other physicians, be a broadcast media expert, and maybe go on CNN if there's a medical issue that needs further explanation. That should be expressed in the profile. Expert medical witnesses. All of this kind of plays into the doctor motif right now. And if it's not on the profile, and then how are we supposed to know?
Right, absolutely. So tell us a little bit about how, I'm sure there are people who are listening right now who are interested in kind of what you do. I mean, how do you even find the right person to help you? You do this. How can we reach out to you? And if we want help?
I'm so available and I'm so accessible. It starts at my LinkedIn profile. My gosh, JD, no periods, and then
Mhm.
my name, which I'm sure you'll people can take right off the
Well, I have
screen
your
here.
website here, so
I'm out there. I mean,
mhm.
the thing about content marketing is you do it long enough, you build up a nice little reservoir and portfolio on Google. And I have quite a few pages out there on it. Interesting, the way the medical profession works is even pre-internet. My father, who was a dedicated man of medicine, who published nearly 1,800 uh, articles in medical journals on liver regeneration, he owns pages and pages of Google posthumously because everything that he has done has been transcribed into the online world now. And it shows you the power of the online world. And another essential piece for docs, Elsie, is based on Google's advantageous position with LinkedIn, it behooves the doctor, even if the doctor is just a doctor and a general practitioner in a clinic, to be on LinkedIn for that search engine representation.
Wow, this has been fantastic. Thank you so much for
Of course.
giving us some tips and tricks and make people a lot more aware of branding themselves better on LinkedIn. My name is Dr. Elsie Coe. If you have a topic on physician leadership, please reach out to me at info@drlcco.com. We also have an online leadership program for physicians by physicians that are very powerful if you're looking to really gain some ground and increase your purpose and potential. Go to leadphysician.org. And with that, I just want to close with any last words that you might have for us.
It's interesting as I kind of approach the physician marketplace with the perspective of a healer. I have spoken with doctors over the last several months here in 2022. As maybe we're seeing the light at the end of the tunnel of the pandemic, maybe we're not. But my gosh, the physician burnout that folks are experiencing, and just their goals and aspirations, and hearing their stories. I think in my mind, gosh, I would love to tell these stories. They're just crying out to be told. And what it's shown me, truthfully, is that, hey, physicians are war heroes right now. They are in service to mankind and humanity. And I just enjoy working with them. It's amazing how stuff comes full circle, Elsie. I started out trying to get into the profession, got out of it, and now I just want to be shoulder to shoulder with some of these great folks and
Wow.
talk about what it is they do.
Thank you so much. Thanks for the
Sure,
support and thank you for teaching us all.
of
Until next
course.
time, everybody, thank you and everyone have a good Sunday.